Hi, Renee here. I'm going to give you the before view of a special project that is happening at the sanctuary this fall. So let's go up these stairs behind me. Okay, so these are the stairs that are in the garage. And we are going up and up and up and up. And we are going up into this unfinished loft. I'm not exactly sure what you'd call it. Oh, and this is our canoe. This is where it's been stored on the property for the last year. It will not be staying up here. It's just that we're gonna take these railings down to get it down, and it's not going to stay here, but it is kind of cute up here. So back to this space. Up until yesterday, this space, which is empty now, had been filled with all kinds of things. So my dad has a building business. He's a builder. With that kind of work, Dad has a lot of supplies, a lot of tools, things that are left over from jobs, things that he anticipates using for a future job. There's a lot of things that can collect, and those collected in this space, as well as other things like furniture, and like there was a futon up here. We've stored things up here, in anticipation of our move here. This is where we put them. The winter tires for the cars were up here. There was just a lot of things that were up in this space. Yesterday, my brother emptied this space, and now it has that, I'm gonna say, magical quality of an empty wooden space, because empty wooden spaces feel very full of possibility, and they even smell full of possibility. And maybe that's because I grew up with my dad owning a construction company and doing a lot of renovation projects, both in our home and other places. And I would visit construction sites. So this isn't new wood. This is built, I think 9 years ago that this garage was built. So this, the wood in here is just the smell of warm wood on a summer's day. And that smell for me is the smell of possibility and things that can be and will be built in that space because of my childhood. That's what I associate with that smell, having grown up around building sites and the smell of wood in the places that we lived as my parents were renovating them, etc. And in the case of this loft space, feels a bit like a barn loft in its structure at this point. In this case, it is the smell of possibility and good things coming, because this area is going to be renovated or built. I'm not sure when a thing is a renovation or when a thing is a build. I think this is a build because he's not changing anything. They're building it out. This is going to be built out as a 2-bedroom apartment on our property. This is very exciting for me on so many levels. I can't even, when I think about explaining why it's exciting to me, first of all, it's what it represents. That having an apartment here means that we can accommodate more family members on the property, whether they are my brother, in this case, or my children, my brother's children. Family members have a place to stay when they come here. And we need that extra space because we don't have a lot of sleeping space for guests in our house. So there is the very obvious thing of we'll have more space to accommodate people on the property. And this is a win for everyone here, for my parents and for us. The other thing that is happening in this space and what building out this space means, it means my brother is coming to live here. My brother will be living in this apartment after it is built, as of the later this fall, Christmas time. So this is another incredibly exciting thing. So my brother's going to be living in this space for short-term to short to long-term. I mean, it's not a long-term living space for him, but there's not a specific end in mind, but it's like a place to land for the next undetermined set of months. So we've got two things I've listed already that I'm excited about, or what this space represents. We're going to have space for people. And specifically, we're having space for my brother in the near future. Also, I guess thirdly, is that I grew up around buildings and things being built and things, various sizes, houses, commercial buildings, renovations that happened in my childhood homes. Building and seeing things being built and the smell of building materials even is, for me, the smell and the memories, like the sensory memories, all that, even auditory, right? The sound of saws and what have you. Those are the sounds and the smells and the memories of my childhood. And I haven't had those experiences in my adult years because my husband and I have never built a house from scratch, meaning us having built it or hiring people to build a house. We've never been on site of a build, that it was happening for us. We've done renovations on a house in Maine where we lived for 6 years. And those renovations were not significant and they were slow process. And there was nothing, we didn't change anything structurally. It was painting and it was trim and it was flooring and putting in new windows, that kind of thing. Those renovations that we did on that house are the only building type work that we've ever done in our married life, and they were rather minor. So I haven't had that experience that I grew up with as a child of being around builds. And now this build is happening on my property. Even just saying that kind of blows my mind. That honestly, it's like I've shifted realities in this move in many ways. Anyways, so now this build is happening on my property and I have a say in what it's going to look like. The plan has already been chosen and figured out, but things like the colors, paint colors, some small design features. There's not a lot of design things happening up here, but some small design features, kitchen cabinets. I have never chosen kitchen cabinets before. I've never had that experience of going and saying, these are the cabinets that I want. I know that lots of people don't get that experience. That's not like a well-lived life includes kind of thing, but it's one of those holdovers from my childhood of watching that process happen, right? And people doing that. And I have never experienced that. And now I get to for the first time. And that's very exciting. I think that sums up the things I wanted to say. I didn't have a plan coming in of what I was going to say about this, but yeah, I am very excited about this. And it's just really meaningful on so many levels because of what it means for my family and our family and what we are trying to accomplish and do here on the property and the kind of home base that we want for the extended family, my parents, my brother, myself, and our children. And then of course, like the kind of hospitality that we can extend to other people also, friends of family and blah, 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 right? Like when you have space to accommodate people, well, that's what you have. You have space to accommodate people. And I've always wanted more of that, even in my living spaces. And but now that I have moved away from my children and my actual home space won't accommodate them all coming home, it's really important to me that I do have a space that can accommodate them. Anyways, so the excitement is about that. It's about my brother moving here this fall. Oh, and I don't think I actually said that. Yeah, I missed the part where my brother and my dad are doing the building up here. So yeah, they will be the ones doing all the work. And my brother has that experience having worked with my dad before, and that's my dad's profession. It will be a very lovely and functional space when it's done. And it'll have that meaning for me of having been built by my brother and my dad, and then a place where my brother is living. It's really hard for me to express, I think, how meaningful a project like this is to me because of all of the things it represents, all of the things it will allow our family to do and to be and to offer. Also for how it ties me back to my childhood and back to those connections and back to those memories. And so to conclude this is going to become something. This is the before video. It's a very exciting thing that's happening this fall, and I will be talking about it, posting stuff here, sharing and making updates as it goes. And I think I just kind of wanted to share my joy and excitement at the process and what's going on here. Okay, so that was a longish story, longish telling. And that's all for now.